This is Earth. You're returning hundreds of years after an ecological disaster devastated the planet. This event covered the surface of the planet in a massive layer of toxic dust, causing your main source of transportation to be an airship which you can upgrade and customize to your liking. Now, I wanted to wait a little to give an honest opinion about this game and whether it's worth buying in its current state, and if I had to just put it plain and simple, I would say the atmosphere is amazing and cool, yet the game still lacks a good amount of features for longevity of playing. It took me around 11 hours to completely learn everything in the game and also complete the current story in the game, which is quite short, but that's also to be expected considering this game is early access in its current state. The developers have already laid out a future flight map for the game in which they state, all of the above content and features we have 100% planned to deliver, and we are aiming to release larger game and content updates every 3 to 4 months with smaller updates and patches in between. The content the devs brought up seems to be very promising, including 4-player co-op, agriculture, combat, more story content, collectibles, more customization features for your airship, new locations, and more creature additions to the game. Oh, and I probably shouldn't forget the most important update, Pet the Bug. You'll see what that means later. Now that I've kind of gone over what the future is like for this game, let's dive into the current state and what I felt while playing the game for myself. Now first off, I love the atmosphere for this game and the whole idea behind it. Sometimes it's fun to just go to a high point in games and just look around at the beauty the developers put work into and just take it in. The whole process of acquiring synthetics and metals, which are the primary crafting materials, is similar to the system in the game Raft, where the player simply throws a hook to catch resources. Except in this game, you simply point at the object outside of your ship and absorb it with a ray beam. Later on in the game, you'll be able to automate this process, making it less tedious. You'll start out in one of the radio tower variants to begin with, but after acquiring enough resources to craft an engine and other such things needed to survive the wild, you can then make your way over to other towers and locations in which you'll primarily be going for research materials, and can also find crickets that are mutated and huge. There's something in there. Hold up, I wanna fight this motherfucker. You wanna fight, bitch? You wanna fight, bitch, huh? There are multiple variations of towers and locations, the ones of which are currently in the game are radio towers as mentioned before, wind farms, guardian variants, underdust variants, and communication facility ruins. The only real threat in the game currently are thunderstorms, which can damage the hull of your ship if at a certain velocity. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, you can catch a virus known as photophobia, which, well, don't look at the sun. Oh my god! Let's do it again, let's just see. Oh! For food, you'll primarily start with a lure that you lower into the dust to catch creatures that fly around in it. Basically, you're eating mutated bugs to survive. You boil the bugs using a sort of crock-pot-esque device called a cooking station, which requires water to work, of course. To get clean water, you either go to a location or tower and slurp it up into a container, catch it using a rain catcher, or use a water condenser to collect the dirty water. All water then gets processed in either a water purifier at first, or a filtered water container which you find exploring in the game later on. Towers and locations also contain plants that you can use as food or energy as well. You will have to boil most of them though to be able to eat them. The crafting and research portion of this game is very straightforward. Go to tower, scan item, go to ship, research item, craft. Batteries are the main source of power in the game with two different types of batteries. Solid state batteries, which are found powering every tower's light source, or crystal batteries, which are crafted with resources below the dust. These batteries will help charge any tools that run out of juice throughout your playing. The customization currently in the game is also not bad, allowing you to add rooms, ladder rooms, walls, ceilings, lights, etc. to the game. This is also the way that you'll upgrade your ship. You can upgrade the amount of weight the ship can handle by adding onto the giant balloon always above your head. Engines and turbines also can be upgraded to a maximum speed of 100 kilometers an hour and a maximum height of 320. Now that we've talked a bit about the current systems in place, let's go back to below the dust. Once you've reached one of the thorny areas in the game, you'll find a underdust variant building. You can then power and take an elevator down to a level below the dust. Here you'll find lots of weird, cool looking plants and also no oxygen. You start off with a small oxygen tank, which you can upgrade later on to a medium-sized tank after meeting Fred in one of the buildings. Hi Fred. Now, when you've explored enough down here, you'll run into my favorite friend, the ice dude plant, in which you'll have to scan to unlock the virus analyzer tool. Once you've crafted this tool, you can then play this little mini game to extract certain viruses, to then be able to craft boosters to give you certain attributes for a certain amount of time. To get past this plant, you'll need to give yourself the hypothermia booster as the plant uses heat to sense you. Once you've gotten past the plant, this is where you basically hit the "this game needs more time" phase. as the enemies that come down to kill you just get blocked off by a force field and you're told,
"No, I can't always stop. You need to prepare yourself well. From this point on, you will be on your own."
Basically, the devs aren't ready to introduce this content yet, but this is just a little teaser for what's to come. Now that I've basically explained the game, I would also like to point out that I was given a key for this game for free, but I want to express that I am not sponsored to create this video. I can give my honest opinion on the game and how I feel about it in its current state. Optimization in this game is alright once you turn on FSR or other types of downscaling tech to increase FPS. I was running this game on 4K on ultra settings, even though the devs clearly state that you shouldn't, and I was running it with a RX 7900 XTX, which is a top-of-the-line graphics card at the time of this video. To be honest, I was still impressed at how the game ran most of the time, as I'm used to new survival games running very, very bad on release. My personal opinion on this game is that it is a great game, but I would probably wait another 3 to 8 months to see how the development comes from these developers. In that time, maybe the developers will put the game on sale during the Steam Winter Sale, making it possibly more affordable for the player. 11 hours to complete all the content is short, but I'm happy to have tried this game in its current state and experienced the cool scenery that this game has to offer. I'm hoping this game flourishes and becomes something cool to come back to in the future, as I would love to experience some of the features the devs have promised, number 2 being 4-player co-op. However, the number 1 promised feature I need to see is the ability to pet the bug that you befriend from the dust layer. This guy is just too cute.
Caution, a storm is coming.